Kidding the news! Kidding the news!
What's the news across the station? We make fun of information. You wait, we open up news. We just love to give you the news.
And down.
Nonagenarian. Look that word up, kid. It's our words of the day. It means somebody who's 90 or in their 90s or, you know, really, really old. Hey, welcome to the Kidders. Let's adjust a little bit of the camerawage. That's a new word, too, camerawage. And introduce you to my partners in crime from the great state of Indiana, the Aristotle of comedy, Mr. Tim Slagle.
Hey, I don't know if you realize this, but for a lot of Americans, today is trash day. To find out if you're affected, go out to the street, turn around, and see if your Christmas lights are still up.
And also with us, of course, is the lovely, the talented, the host of the Terry O'Brien Show, Miss Terry O'Brien.
Hey, guys. Hey, did you guys see that Hillary Clinton was barking like a dog up in Reno, Nevada? I'm not sure that's a good idea, but not to be outdone, down in South Carolina, Donald Trump is dragging Jeb Bush down to a swamp where he's going to make him squeal like a pig.
No comments from Marco Rubio's pretty mild.
Hillary Clinton sounded like a dog. Enough said. If it barks like a dog and feeds on a dog. All right, we've got a series of lovely stories for you, lovely listeners, today, and they all have to do, since it was Valentine's Day on Sunday, they all have to do with love. I trust everyone had an enjoyable Valentine's Day. I'm hearing Tim.
Very much so. How about
or something's amiss because I'm hearing reverberations.
I actually hear you repeating yourself, Dale.
Yeah, I do that from time to time, but they said with therapy it'll go away. So that's mine. Okay, so here's our first story, and then I'll fix it. In Washington County, Ohio, because it was Valentine's Day, this woman was very upset that her husband did not give her a Valentine's gift. So what she did was she started drinking, then she grabbed his head and beat him with a mini baseball bat. And until he was unconscious, and when he woke up, she beat him some more. So, what do you think of
that? I'm pretty sure he's not going to take her to the ballpark for Bat Day either.
Feel the love. Feel the love. Feel the love. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Jerry, I think we forgot the problem. You're on two screens, at least you were, and I think that because you're on two screens, that's where our sound problem. Again, not only do you learn things about the news, you learn things about how to fix your computer.
Yes, indeed. Well, I don't know if you guys know, right before we went live, I got kicked out of this lovely chat. I thought maybe, you know, it's something I said.
No, it was an error on your. So what do you think? What do you think about it, Jerry?
Oh, the bat day. Well, I usually just go with a frying pan up the side of the head. It usually works really well.
Wow, yeah, but a mini baseball, and you wonder, you know, what did they use it for? It was just right there handy to pick up. You know, it's an all-purpose tool. And okay, here we go. Speaking of an all-purpose tool, this guy in Walmart, and this has to do with his love, I guess, of fish. You know, because this guy was in Walmart and he was stealing a fish, and he put it down his pants. And while he had the fish in his pants, he decided he needed to pee. So he opened his zipper and peed right out the door in Walmart. He's accused of many things: shoplifting, vandalism, peeing, you know, public intoxication. So I'm just worried about the fish.
No, 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 no. You're missing the big thing about this story. You notice in the story when he was relieving himself in the store, he said to the cops, I'm not worried about this. This is a misdemeanor. So, what are the chances that right when a Supreme Court vacancy opens up, we find a true legal scholar, peeing in a Walmart? I mean, what are the chances?
And it was
Go ahead, Tim.
it was actually a trout.
Well, yeah.
You know it was a
Scouser trout I've heard so much about, I believe. So, anything else about the fish in his pants? Or would we just do this story just for the halibut? Oh, me! Now, speaking of doing things for the halibut, to celebrate in the honor of love and Valentine's Day, a couple in Las Vegas were arrested the other day because they took that new Ferris wheel ride, the high roller, supposed to go up, a mile or something. And while they were in there, they decided to have sex in the rather sizable compartment. And apparently other people saw them, and so they arrested them. It turns out, here's the twist in the story, it turns out that the guy was there to get married to his fiancée, who just told him that she was pregnant with another guy's kid, so he picked up somebody in Vegas and screwed her on the giant wheel.
Roller coaster of love.
This was actually a huge roller coaster. It wasn't your standard roller coaster, and they wouldn't have had sex on your standard Ferris wheel, because the guy who's running it always wants to know if you want to go faster.
And if you really want an exciting challenge, kids, I'm telling you from years of history, sex on the scrambler. Oh, yeah. You got to figure out who's facing who, but centrifugal force becomes your friend. Here's another story, a love boy, at the Venice Beach Freak Show out in Los Angeles. Lobster Boy has said his love of the bearded lady. They are now a couple, Lobster Boy and the bearded lady. Lobster Boy, of course, the son of the famous Lobster Boy. So he's like Lobster Boy 2, like Gallagher 2, I guess. But he's still got Lobster Boy hands, And the bearded lady has got a much better beard than I could ever hope for. But they're in love, and they're thinking about tying the knot or braiding the beard or whatever it's called.
It's actually amazing. This is the first time that a bearded lady has married a lobster since Kris Jenner got sunburned on her honeymoon.
You kids get out the lasso to bring that one in, because it took me.
It's still there, though. It still counts. I'll give you the bell.
So anyhow, I believe they're going next week. They're going for a waxing. Oh, they giggle at the thought of having children together. Yes, that's what the world needs, an overly hirsute crustacean.
A bearded crab, I think that's what they're going to have.
Bearded crab, which will take on a whole new meaning from what it is.
What's really weird, though, about this story is they're having a international freak show in Los Angeles. I mean,
yeah. Well, they brought in people from all over. There's people there from Kentucky and stuff. So they have them from all over. But I don't know where the Lobster Boy is from. I believe he lives on the coast. I'm not sure.
far away from any little melted butter things and slices of lemon, wherever he lives.
Boiling pots. They just shriek when they see the boiling pots.
But you should see them crack a nut. A good reason never to fight with them. All right. One more story about love, and this is from the animal kingdom. Since we're talking about Lobster Boy, up in Seattle, they have an annual tradition on Valentine's Day, an annual tradition of octopus love. And what they do is they get the octopus, the male octopus, out, and they put them in a pot, or not a pot, they put them in a thing with the girl octopi, and they apparently just go at it, and it gathers people from all around to watch it. If that's not weird enough, this year they said they're not going to do it because the male octopus is too big, and they figure that he'll eat the female octopi instead of breed with them.
And this is so weird because I thought it was only guys who had been married a long time who'd rather eat than have sex.
According to the news story, the people at the aquarium, they were concerned he would eat any of the available females they had on hand, which is exactly the same reason why Match.com rejected Michael Moore's application.
Because he's single now. So, you know, ladies, what can I say? There's a real catch for you.
Lots of octopus in the sea.
Well, I'm thinking, why didn't they give him like a big sandwich beforehand? Then send him in there. If you just ate, what's the next thing you want to think about? Well, a nap, but before the nap, you have sex. It doesn't that much to figure out. If he's hungry, feed him and then do him. You know, that's the secret to life for all kinds of animals.
Yes, that's the secret to a happy marriage. Feed him and have sex with him. That's
exactly.
And then sneak out while he sleeps.
And so if he gets that look in his eye and you don't really want to do it, make him a sandwich. You know, that's my advice. That being said, that's our salute to love. I hope everybody had a delightful Valentine's Day. Did you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, you know, for me, I'm not like one who likes to go out. I mean, you know, I'd rather just get takeout and watch a movie. I know it's boring, but, you know, I mean, I'm a cheap date for the husband, so it's all good. Of course, I do, as I told you last week, I do demand jewelry, and he did not show up with that giant teddy bear, so who knows what to do.
There you go, because he watched this show. It probably saved him. All right. Damn, anything special?
No, not really.
All right, so I guess that wraps it up for another fun film. What did we learn this week? We learned news about love. We learned how to work a computer better than we had, and we learned. Well, no, we didn't learn to stay on time, but that's okay because you know this one's for Pablo. All right, that's it for another week, my friends. Thanks for watching.
Kidding the news.
Tell your friends.
Kidding the news. Kidding the news.
Thanks,
Kidding.
Good day, everybody.
Across the station.
Everybody, have a great week.
Information. You wait. We open up.